Hello and welcome back to the Omegus SMP server. I am Emeros and we are over at the Guardian farm. We need wood, a lot of wood, because this thing is kicking out items like nobody's business. And so we need a lot of hoppers and chests, and we still have to make a sorting system. We actually have a setup up top here for something that Dr. Redstone did. I think it looks really awesome. Yeah, let's go up and take a peek. Anytime now. So we are several blocks above the Guardian farm, as you saw there. We have our items that come right up the center here, and we'll sit right there at the top. I'm going to build a system to sort them and bring them down to their respective chests. Now Doc actually put some chests here for us to draw items from, and I think what I'm going to do is make some deep storage. And what I mean by deep storage is these chests are going to be the bottom of a very large series of chests that will store infinitely more items than what the 9 chests here will actually have in them. But that will allow stuff to trickle down when we take stacks of items out of these chests. So he's got the shards over here. We got fish over here. Might have to think of some way to cook those. And then we have our little, what are they called? Crystals, yes, over here. As you can see, he's got quite a few up here already. And then we'll have the portal out this way, which will be a lot more convenient than the one that's temporarily down there. But let's go ahead and, oh yeah, we got the little prismarine sea lantern thing right there with the tiles. Very nice, very nice. I love this design though. It's got a really good blend of the tiles, which are very hard to put into a build actually. And he's got the acacia wood right there, and this blue and orange theme. I thought it was kind of interesting at the beginning, but I think it works really well. I really do. This room turned out really nice, and I'm going to make a mess of it up top there because we're going to have a whole lot of redstone-y stuff and whatchamacallit. And let's see, where is that other feature he built in here? Let's go down here. Maybe we can get to it this way. He built a little thing off the well, it was in his episode. He had a little thing coming off down under here, and we were planning on doing like a fish farm and maybe, well, a fishing shack, I guess you can say, and maybe a cow farm or some things that can be automated that won't interfere with our population limit from our Guardian farm, because we don't want to decrease the spawn rates down here any. Now down here we have our old collection system. I got it injected right there in the middle of our little glass elevator there. And it should be pretty close to being full. Throw some of the fish out. Ooh, ink sac. And yes, so this is what we got so far. It's not a whole lot, but we have been kind of short of ink sacs. Ooh, that's a lot of spruce saplings. Collect them all. Now the thing that we're running low on besides ink sacs is glass, blue glass actually. Now, I did, between episodes, take a trip over to the desert to the north of the town. Yeah, we still haven't come up with a name for it yet, so I think we should put some brain power into that, see if we can't figure out a good name. And the other thing I've been doing between episodes is I got all of this completed. Takes forever to make these dispensers. Maybe next time I just won't worry about being able to shut off the water. But we have one more row of dispensers right here. I was alternating spruce and oak for these little fence gates, but I can just make the spruce so much easier, so much faster, as you saw. So I've just converted it all to spruce. Not really concerned about seeing the alternating pattern, as very rarely will you be standing here looking like this. And yeah, so we have a lot of tiles left, and we need a lot more blue glass so we can finish out the pattern like that, and probably even replace that little bit there. So I think what we're gonna have to do is simply make a flower farm. And the best place to make blue flower farms is in the swamp, which we happen to have a portal to a swamp. So let's go over there. Alright, we have made it over to our swamp area, the witch farm. And we have our little hilltop here. I cleared a few of the trees out, and since it's boring, I dug a hole. I have a little bit of lighting up here, and I've marked out the corners of where our flower farm will be. Now, in case if you're wondering what a flower farm actually is like, it's quite simple. We just cause bone meal to do that, and we get flowers. And they'll be the flowers that are in the particular biome that we're in. In this case, we're in the swamp. So the only thing we get is the blue flowers, the blue orchids. And so we're just going to make something that creates these flowers by bone milling. Now, this design is actually one of Zoomovoid's tutorials, and I'm going to go ahead and build it in here. And I think if I get this right, it's a 10 by 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, okay. So we want to start here. And what this will do is this will be kind of our daylight sensor. However, I'm not going to actually use a daylight sensor in this because, well, I don't have one made. But I do have the rest of the redstone we'll be using. So let's go ahead and work on that. Let's see. We're going to have an etho clock right here. So need these. There we go. And redstone on camera, not a good idea. Definitely not, but I think we can hammer this out pretty quick. Let's see. Yes. So let's see what's next. Stickies. Yes, we need stickies. Ooh, gotta keep my sword out. Had way too many party crashers already. There we go. Gotta get this in the right spot. And we need one of these. Pop. Alright. And then, not that. This one. So, like I said, pretty standard etho clock. Now here, instead of putting a switch like what he has on the tutorial, we're actually going to modify this slightly. Do that. We're going to stack this a little bit like so. And there. And we'll put the lever up top right there. So now we can flip it on. And this will disable our little clock here. Then we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. That'll give it just the right amount of time. Now I think what we had was something like this. And then, nope, it was there. Okay. And then redstone, redstone. Then there. And then this was kind of a stair step up this way. And one more over here. Now the dispensers will sit right here and right here. So redstone there. Then we'll put the dispensers. Looks like we got a spider. There we go. oh, daytime, so he's happy, but pop. We need the string anyway. I need to make a filter for this thing, and I did not bring enough dispensers, just the 3 of them. So now this redstone, and we close that off like so. I hope that's right. I think. Looks good so far. We can close up this area back here. And then we have a torch coming off of there. And one more coming off of here. And then we have one. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Let me double check. Alright, so looks like I have this slightly off. So we have that and that. Yep. That was forward 1. So this needs to come back to here. There. Full ticks on those. Dust there. Torch there. Close that off like so. Alright, now we're cooking. And I don't think that's necessary. And let's fill this area in so we don't have to worry about spawns. Okay, still 8. Good. I think we're just about there. So now, if we have daylight, this will turn on, turn off the torch, unlock our little contraption here, and allow this to go back and forth. And as it does, we get, let me show you. We get a pulse. Now both of these torches will light up if we're in kind of a north-south orientation. But if we have this in an east-west orientation, then there's a bug that'll cause one or either, but not both of these to illuminate half the time. It's kind of weird. Just a little bit of redstone Minecraft bugginess. But as you can see, north-south orientation, they light up just fine. That's actually south right there. Yes. And that's north. So if you try building this east-west, it probably won't work. At least on this side of the 0, 0. Now this goes and sends off those. Now we got one more dispenser to place. And it's right on top of this guy with a block next to it. Alright. Now we can put on our final layer of dirt. And we'll have this grow with some grass. Because what we're trying to do won't grow without grass, unfortunately. So we're going to have a little bit of a waiting game here. Let's see, I think, yes, there. Fill in that. Right. And, oh, I guess it would help if we put in the item collection system, right? There. So we want to put a hopper facing into the chest. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2. And then this guy there. And now this last chest is kind of picky because at night it's not going to be able to pick anything because that torch will be on. But it really doesn't matter for the working of our system. Let's see, dirt, yep. Because it shouldn't be operating at night anyway, although it can. because we have all the glowstone up, then it should stay pretty well illuminated and we'll be able to work just fine. So that's theoretical, we'll have to double check. And close. Yeah, who needs to see any of that stuff? That doesn't sound good. What did I do? Not sure what was... Oh yeah, I see. That comes straight, illuminated this block, or redstoned. Whatever the verb is, this block prevented that from being able to not extend. So careful when you're backfilling. Let's see, we can do a few here. Let's pop out that one so we can still access this chest. There we go. And yeah, that should work. So now we could just AFK down here if we really, really wanted to. Yeah, and let's see. We got to do nice little ring. Get back here. There we go. So this will prevent water from just running all over the place. And there. And there. Now we got a nice little ring. Now we do have to prevent these flowers and stuff from popping up over the rail here, because they will hop a full block. So let's ring this off. We should probably do this with glass, but I did not bring any with me. We got a whole bunch of potential glass over at the Guardian farm, but it hasn't quite been smelted yet. So we'll just have to make do with this. And it shouldn't cause a problem because we have our glowstone there. Now we need to put in some buckets. Ah, darn it. There we go. Actually, before we do that, we have to wait for this grass to spread. It doesn't do it very well underwater. So let's turn off the system. And we'll wait for the grass to finish growing. And I'll have to put some bone meal in the dispenser underneath. And we'll get this party started. Good thing I have a stick farm over here. Might be a little hard to make as many dispensers as I need, especially for the Guardian farm. Alright, so now we have a full... Oh, we're missing one. Almost a full bed of grass here. That'll work very well for when this thing actually starts to go. Then we need one last item here. Nice little dispenser. Actually, we could have probably done this with a dropper, but oh well, dispenser it is. Then what I did here is I changed, let me move this. I changed these, all of the hoppers, instead of pointing to a central chest right here, I changed them all to point into this direction. And we have our little item sorter right here. It'll pull down into this guy and into this chest. If we do blue orchid, like so. And he'll get stuck here. That doesn't... No. Let me fix this. Alright, the problem I had is it was shooting straight down. I just needed to turn it so it would aim in somewhere other than down. That way this locked hopper here will prevent this from flowing down. Yeah, that's how hoppers work. Now, let's put something that this probably won't ever see, which is that. So this will sift out all of our orchids. And the only other thing that this would probably produce is seeds. So we'll just have orchids be the one thing we collect rather than just filtering out the seeds, which means everything else will go into a dispenser right here, and a little bit of a redstone clock and some lava right here, and we'll be able to take care of all of the remaining stuff. Let's make it so we can dump it in from the top, like so. There we go. Now just fill that in, go find some lava, and I'll put the clock underground right here. Let's see. Probably don't need to make this terribly fast. Oh, but hey, let's go ahead and do the one that we have over at our new farm, the Guardian farm, which was something like this. And then redstone back there. That'll make a nice quick clock. And then, is that it? I think that was it. Let's test it out. No. I needed to power that. Let's take it off this side. Or are we gonna get up to there? Alright, that involved a little bit more redstone than I had thought, but a little torch underneath the dispenser there. And we have our clock, kind of like what we have over at our Guardian farm, which just feeds into a second comparator here. We have our little loop here to actually cause it to pulse. We have a little extender over to this guy to actually turn him off. And then we have a signal coming off this way into this block, which has the torch on the other side to actually fire off our dispenser. And so let's leave that out so I can show you. And it just ticks out like so. Now, I don't think this is any faster than the other clock we got due to the circumstance we're under here. So let's see if I can modify this to be kind of like the chicken farm and see if we can cut down on the number of redstone items we got in here. Let's see. So what we have in that one is like so. Feeds back on itself like so. And then we can do that. Yeah, that'll be fine. We got torch burnout though. So we need to slow it down like so. There we go. That should work fine. I like it. And this will keep the dispenser nice and empty. Yeah, I can't close that off or else we'll cut our wire. And now we just put lava down there. And of course, I don't have any lava buckets. So let me go get some lava and we'll turn this bad boy on and see what type of rates we get. Okay, so I have our dispenser all nice and full here with our lava bucket. We have our bone meal here. Oh, our lava. And we're ready to turn this guy on. We've got our buckets of water there, and an annoying spider, and an archer. Ah, come on. Better not break my boots. There we go. And, ooh, almost broken. That's what I get for wearing gold armor. Throw you, and you. Now let's get this thing turned on. There we go. So it washes away. Bone meal shoots up from the dispenser right there, which grows pretty much our 7x7, I think is about what this is. And the orchids and seeds will slowly wash. Let's see if this thing works for sorting. Might get some seeds in there. There we go. I don't think I heard that kick off. Do you? It's not in there. We're filling up our orchids there. Oh, we got seeds stuck here for some reason. Well, it's facing in. You think it's because of this? Let's find out. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Uh-huh. Alright, well, I'll figure that part out. But it is working well. So I'm just gonna AFK here for a little bit. And we'll see how many orchids we can get in the long run. Oh no. Uh-oh. I may have built it one too long. You see that? Yep. Alright, I'm gonna have to shrink this guy by 1 block this way. And I'll probably do it on this side since that'll be the least painful. Actually, yeah, this shouldn't be too long like so. Alright, that's an easy fix. Alright, now just redstone and button up the back and we'll be good to try one more time. Yeah, I think one more time. Close that. Actually, we could probably put that down one. No, that would block up stuff. Okay. Quick, before the orchids despawn. Okay, there we go. And that is what it's supposed to do. There we go. Hey, look at that. We're getting a lot of stuff. Well, I'm going to go ahead and fix this dispenser problem here. See what I can do about that. And then we can idle and see what we get. Oh yeah, that's a nice batch right there. Alright, I think I got this sorted out. I actually just shifted it over one. And I rotated it so it would face inward. I guess I probably could have done that here, technically. Yeah. Could have just done that here, but oh well. I will clog you. And then put the depth right there. Close this up. And we're good to go. That should be it. Yep. And we can close that up. Yeah. Alright. Now we're good to go ahead and just leave this guy on. Now one thing I did notice is this thing puts out a lot of items. And it actually is a little too much for the hoppers to handle. You can see it's already barely emptying as these come in. Yeah, we got a little annoying person right there. So hopefully the hoppers can keep up. You heard the extra clicks down here. Yep, there it is. Dispensing seeds into there, and we've already got 2 stacks. So I don't think I'll have to idle long. I'm probably just gonna go for about an hour and a half. Just keep myself walled in like here. And yeah, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, let's see how many we have. I don't dare look. How many do you think? Okay. We have learned 2 things. One, this thing's noisy, so make sure you turn your audio off when you're AFKing. and 2. Don't AFK for too long. We have 2 almost, yeah, 2 and a bit rows in our double chest, which means I might have to make that thing twice as big. But let's go ahead and shut this thing off because that is probably more blue flowers than we will need to worry about for a while. Now I just need to make one of these over at like a flower biome or something. This thing would be nice for all sorts of source dyes. Actually, we could probably just build one of these in each of our biomes that we actually want to get flowers from. Sunflowers. Yeah, I think that might be a viable option. But until then, I think we are good here. I really do. Should we button up this little bit? Not too good on the whole exterior design thing, but I think we can do that. Yep, okay. Good enough, good enough. It'll have to do. Alright, and let's take some of these flowers over to the Guardian farm and get some glass going. Alright, so we created this nice little, I guess, furnace array? And by we, I mean Dr. Redstone did the 6 of these, and I did the top 3 just so we could hammer out some glass, and I think we got most of it. Yeah. So we got glass all the way down to the other side. Scott actually got bored during one of his streams and made me about 2 stacks of these dispensers. Got them all filled with water buckets, and we are now officially out of ink sacks because these things require 1 ink sack with a bunch of prismarine shards around it, and we do not have enough of them. And I think the next thing we'll need is some way to get ink. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of squids swimming out in the ocean, and I've pretty much been killing them with my looting 3 sword. Yeah, you can see them all sitting out there laughing at us. But actually, the farm does have a bit of a, let me show you. This thing right here. Oh, I missed one. So, we have a ring of hoppers around the water that flows down in the middle here to prevent any kind of loose items from falling into the lava. And it goes down this little bit of a hopper elevator down, whatever, it goes down. Yes, down. And what that is for is when squids spawn in our water, up here or down here, all the guardians will just sit there and shoot at them like they are doing to me. And they actually broke my shoes. Burn you. So I gotta be careful not to fall from high places. But I don't have Depth Strider anymore either. Maybe I should just get my little boots back. I lost my entire armor set in that water because those guardians destroyed me. Oh, yep, right here. There we go. And that was a while ago. Fish. Looks like we haven't got any ink sacks in a little bit, so yeah, it's not too good of an ink farm. I have seen, I think, a total of 22 ink in this thing since we started making it. And I think it's partly because these water sources here are a little high to be spawning squids. I think that water right there is about the right height, so by the time we get to the next set of water below it, it's just too far down. We'll have to make a actual ink farm. But we do have our book and quill shop, so we're going to have to do that anyway. But I think that should do us for tonight. Well, It is night, you see. But I am actually recording at night as well. Oh, wrong button. Here, let's do this. We want this, there we go. So if you have liked this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. Do subscribe. I'm sure you'll like a lot of the stuff we have coming. I have a whole bunch of stuff in mind. But unfortunately, I do want to leave with, I guess, a little bit of bad news, but some hope. Some hope for you guys. We've lost a couple members, MPD and Sam, also known as Northern Nation, have both decided that they didn't really want to do the whole Minecraft YouTube thing anymore. MPD, he's been kind of just drifting away. He likes his group of friends that he has at school, which is great. He's got some friends in real life. He can go and hang out, have some fun with them. And Sam, he actually has been kind of moving away from Minecraft, looking at some other games that he wanted to focus his channel on. So I definitely support him in that decision if he wants to find other games that he enjoys more. I mean, he's been playing Minecraft for years, and so even though he's a great player, great builder, I mean, it's probably time for him to move on, find some other games, and maybe if he likes it, come back to Minecraft. I know that there's always a place here for him, and we hope them in their best. But on that sad note, there are availabilities. We will be looking at new recruits, some additional people to join the server. So if you want to apply, you can go ahead and go to Creeper Plays YouTube channel. It's down in my description. And check out his Omegus application video. Go ahead and comment on that and post your application video, and you'll be considered as a potential new member. Oh yeah. And it's a great honor for that, so I hope you like the opportunity. Oh no, I just broke my redstone. Uh-oh. Bad things, bad things. But we will see you next time. Good evening. Bye-bye.